What's popping, guys? I'm Divine. Thanks for joining me on Atoms and Elements. I hope you've seen our last video on water cycle, because if you haven't seen it, you're totally missing a lot.
Matter is anything that has mass and takes up space. What are atoms and elements? An element is a substance that cannot be broken down any further. An atom is the smallest particle of an element that still has the properties of that element. Atoms are the tiny building block of matter. Atoms have a nucleus surrounded by moving electron. The nucleus is the structure at the center of an atom. A proton is a small positively charged particle. A neutron is a particle that has no charge. An electron are negatively charged particles. A compound is something made of two or more elements that are put together. The periodic table. Scientists have found more than 100 elements. They have organized on the periodic table. Thousands of years ago, people thought there were only 4 elements: earth, air, fire and water. But over time, that changed. By the 80s, scientists have found many new elements. They were also able to group elements by like properties, but they did not have a way to list the elements. Mendeleev's table. In 1869, a scientist named Dimitri Mendeleev came up with a way to classify the elements. He listed them in order of mass. He also put like elements in columns. Though his table was not finished, he thought that one day the elements that are missing would be discovered and the table would be correct. Mendeleev was right. The periodic table is a table where the elements are arranged by properties. It is called a periodic table because the properties of the elements have a repeating pattern. The word periodic means repeating. In the periodic table, elements are put in order by their atomic number, which is the number of protons in their nucleus. The chemical symbol is an abbreviation or short form of the element or the element's name. Metals. Metals are shiny, can be bent or stretched, and can carry electricity. Nonmetals are gases, while semimetals are like metal in some way and non-metal in other way. Properties of metal. 1. Metal is lustre or ability to reflect light. Metal can conduct or carry an electric charge. Semimetal have properties of both metal and non-metal. They are also known as metalloids. Example: potassium and silicon. Noble gases and non-metals. Non-metal can be solid or gases. The solids are dull looking and will not conduct electricity. The noble gases are elements that barely ever combine with other elements. Where are elements found? Elements are found in earth crust. 46% of oxygen, 28% of silicons, 8% of aluminium, 5% of iron, 4% of calcium, and 9% of others. Elements found in living things: 65% of oxygen, 18% of carbon, 10% of hydrogen, 3% of nitrogen, 2% of calcium, and 2% of others. A molecule. A molecule is a group of 2 or more atoms that are joined. They act as a single unit. Carbon compound. Carbon compounds are everywhere. They help make the sugar in fruit, the muscles in frog, and the fuel in cars. Carbohydrates. They fall into 4 groups. They are carbohydrates, which give the body energy; protein, which help build the muscles and other tissues; lipid, which make up fat tissues; nucleic acid, which help living things grow and develop.
In summary, a neutron is an atomic particle that has no charge.
An atom is the smallest particle of an element that still has the properties of that element. Chemical symbol is an abbreviation of an element's name. Compound is a pure substance made of two or more elements that are chemically combined. Electrons are negatively charged particles that move in the space around the nucleus of an atom. Element is a substance that cannot be broken apart chemically into other substances. Metals is a shiny substance that can be bent or stretched and can conduct electricity. Molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically joined and they act as a single unit. Noble gases is an element that hardly even combine with another element to form a compound. Nonmetals is an element usually in the form of gas that cannot conduct electricity. Nucleus is the structure in the center of an atom that contains proton and electron. The periodic table is the table that logically arranges all known elements. Proton is a small positively charged atomic particle. Semimetal is an element that is like a metal in some way and like non-metal in other way.
I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time.